It was widely speculated by Workhorse investors and enthusiasts that the USPS contract was supposed to be announced before the end of the fiscal year on October 1st. If you're unfamiliar with what a fiscal or a business calendar year is, it is a different calendar year that businesses and government agencies use for accounting purposes. What the Workhorse didn't get the USPS contract? Calm down, because in today's video, I'm going to be telling you why it's actually a good thing that Workhorse didn't get the USPS contract yet. I still believe they're going to get it, and today we're going to talk about why I believe that. We're going to break down the recent price action. We've had a little bit of a sell-off. We'll go over everything Workhorse stock, a full breakdown of everything regarding Workhorse stock, some news, some updates, some technical analysis, go over the chart, the price action, and I'll put my short-term and long-term price targets like we do every video on Workhorse stock. If you're new to the channel, this is Touchdown Trades. My name is Kevin, your trading BFF, your stock market bestie. A ton of time, research, and effort go into these videos, so if you could, go ahead and destroy that like button for me. Alright, let's secure that bag by making smart investments and sound trades. Let's get it. The fiscal year has come and gone, and yet we are still no closer to finding out who's going to win the USPS contract. Is it Workhorse? Is it Ford Oshkosh? Who knows? But we are getting some breadcrumbs left by the government. We'll go more into detail about that in a sec, but first, let's talk about this sell-off that we're experiencing today, down about 4.5% on the day. Actually, we've gained a little bit back. We're only down about 3% on the day. So what is going on with Workhorse stock? What is going on with this USPS contract? But before we get started, check out the link for the 2-week free trial for the chat room in the description of this video. It is a Discord channel where I post all my trades in real time to the Discord channel. There's a 2-week free trial in the description. Check that out. Also, I have a new partner on the channel. My charting package will now be all TrendSpider charts. It is a great charting software, can help you really up your game with your charting, your technical analysis, with your swing trading and longer term investing. I'll be using TrendSpider charts from now on. You can get a free trial, link in the description. All right, so let's jump in to all things Workhorse stock. So the fiscal year is gone, and we have not found out who is going to win the USPS contract. A lot of people have been speculating that it was going to be announced before the end of the fiscal year, which ended on the last day of September, and the new year began on October 1st. However, this has created some panic in the stock. There has been some market manipulation going on today, and we've sold off quite a bit. Any weak hand, anybody that has to freak out and sell on a 4% pullback is in too big. If you cannot handle a 5, 10, even 15% pullback on your positions, you need to scale back because you're in too heavy, your emotions are too high, and it's causing you to make irrational decisions. Workhorse stock is up huge on the year. Look at this. We're up from less than $2 a share up to currently trading at around $25. If you can't handle a 5% pullback, you need to scale your position size down and become less emotional, become less attached to your positions. A 5% pullback, a 10% pullback, that is normal. All right, so let's go over my reasoning for believing that Workhorse stock is still going to get the USPS contract before the election. Reason number one is because of the election. We've talked about this in the past. I think Trump is going to want to give it to Workhorse before the election to get a boost in Ohio. During the debate, I don't know if you guys watched the debate. It was kind of hilarious to watch. But during the debate, they started to talk about manufacturing jobs, and more specifically, auto manufacturing. And I swear, I almost thought Trump was going to call out Workhorse or Lordstown Motors, because Biden, let me reenact it. Biden said, You haven't done anything for auto manufacturing. And Trump says, yes, I have. I've brought back a bunch of auto manufacturers. And when he said that, I was like, call out Lordstown, call out Workhorse. I almost dumped my pants. I almost took a dookie in my pants. If Trump or Biden had called out Workhorse or Lordstown, I would have dookied in my pants. But that's reason number one why I believe that Workhorse stock is still getting the USPS contract before the election. Reason number two, the government may be leaving us some breadcrumbs telling us that that Workhorse is going to get the USPS contract. Why? If you go on the GSA website, gsa.gov, which is a government website, their list of roadside assistance for government vehicles has now included Workhorse right here. There's been a lot of speculation over social media on Workhorse being added to this website, and Workhorse investors and traders have been speculating that this means that they may get the contract. I don't know if that's necessarily true, because if you look up here, Ford is also listed, and I currently think the contract is going to be between Workhorse and Ford. So I'm not sure what this means. It is a step in the right direction, obviously, and as we get more and more breadcrumbs, it's just leading me to believe that yes, Workhorse is still going to get the USPS contract, and everybody who has panic sold out of their positions is just being irrational, and they're letting this market manipulation get to them, and they're really going to regret that decision a couple months from now. Okay, so let's go over the 4 reasons that I still believe Workhorse is going to get the USPS contract. We've talked about the first 3 in previous videos. Number 1, the election. I believe Trump is going to grant Workhorse the contract to get a boost in Ohio. I swear he almost called it out in the debate, but maybe he didn't want to say it. He didn't want to blow it, and he wants to hold that he wants to hold the news closer to the election so he gets that pre-election boost in the polls. Number 2, Workhorse is hiring, Ford is firing. Workhorse has hired a bunch of manufacturing staff and engineers, which is a good sign. The Hitachi partnership to help in the manufacturing and streamlining the manufacturing process, and the GSA.gov, Workhorse being added to the list of government vehicle roadside assistance phone numbers. All these breadcrumbs being left are leading me to believe that Workhorse is still the front runner to get the USPS contract. And all this panic, all this talk on social media about, they didn't get it before the end of the fiscal year is just straight bogus nonsense. Earlier in the video, I said that it was actually good news that Workhorse didn't get the USPS contract before the end of the fiscal year. Why in the world would I say that? Because look at how it responded. Look how the stock price responded to the news of not getting the contract before the start of October. We're down less than 3% on the day. Yes, we sold off early on in the day. If we look at an intraday chart, we sold off kind of hard early on, but we've since reclaimed most of that sell-off. If we look at a 10-minute chart here, we can see that we sold off early on in the day, but we reclaimed most of that sell-off. So if we're only down less than 3% on the day on news that the contract didn't go through before the end of the year, that's just great for this stock. And even if they don't get the contract at all, I still think this stock doesn't really sell off as hard as we initially expected. Of course, there's going to be a sell-off if they don't get the USPS contract, but I'm in this long term. I'm in this for the future because I think this company is going to the moon. All right, let's do some short-term price target breakdown here. Also some technical analysis. I got the daily chart pulled up, and we can see that we've sold off the highs pretty hard. Highs of about $30 a share. But look at the last time the RSI came down and touched this line here, okay? The last time was right here on this day right here. So we hit a low, and we just came back and tested that line right here. So I think we may be looking for the next leg up. I'm putting a 1-month price target of $37 per share. I know it's kind of random, but I think we break through those highs and make a new high, and then come back and test that level as support. The last time the RSI came down and hit the medium trend line there we were trading at less than $15 a share, and over the next 2 weeks we made highs of over $31 a share. We have recently hit that same level on the RSI, so I expect this dip to get bought up and we make a new all-time high. All right, so what about long-term price targets? 1 to 2 years out. What is my long-term price target? I'm setting a post-announcement price target of 1 month after the USPS contract is announced of $50 per share. And I know that's pretty high. That's over another 100% up. But we held our levels after we didn't get the contract. So imagine when the news actually comes out, I think we have 3 or 4 days of just straight to the moon upside price action. I think it's just going to be tons of buying pressure coming into Workhorse stock, short sellers covering their position, creating a short squeeze and a buying frenzy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think we all need to relax. All of us Workhorse enthusiasts, investors, and traders, we need to calm down. The contract wasn't announced immediately when we wanted it to be before October 1st. Sure, I would have loved for it to come out yesterday as well, but it just didn't happen, and the stock has responded in what I believe to be an excellent manner by not just completely selling off, and I think all these weak hands are folding, and the smart money is going to come in and buy this dip up, and I think before November 3rd or whenever the election is, we get an announcement that Workhorse has got at least half of the USPS contract. I love all of you guys. If you've not yet hit the like button, do me a favor and smash like. If you're not yet a subscriber, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you get alerted every time we post a video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, peace!
Drop.